And there's a lot of other people in the room who were there from the beginning. One of them is my wife, who was there from before the beginning. And this is a big family thing that we've done. And so this is my wife, Margaret. I want her to stand too. I just really want to give honor to whom honor is due. We're talking, 27 years, I think? Something, a long time. Yeah. And so just by way of introduction, it's an exhilarating ministry to be involved in. It is rewarding. It is amazing. The feedback we get, the impact we're able to have, it's just been awesome. It's also been challenging, and there's been a whole lot of sacrifice along the way as well, which has its own reward, right? And so where we are today is pretty cool. If someone would have told me back then this was where we would be, I would have gone, you're crazy, you're nuts. But we are here, so I just want to give praise to God for that and thank all of you for being here tonight. But for the big announcement, 27 years and it's time for a new season. And so we are tonight announcing that it's going to be Mr. Joe Cecil here, who's our Chief Operating Officer for the last 2 years, who's going to take on the role as president of the organization. And I believe he's the right man for the job for the right time. Psalm 145 on that slide says, one generation shall commend your works to the next. And for me, since Joe started out as an SSI student back in 2009, right? And by the way, Jeff is the reason Joe came to SSI the first time. He's the one who went over to some CTV event and recruited him, and he ended up coming. So Jeff, again, man, you're at the heart of the whole thing, man. Very exciting. Came 3 times, did the House, then the Senate track, and the media track. And then after that, he's lobbied and served as an aide-de-camp for all those years as well. And then I told Charlie Ann I wasn't going to make her give a speech tonight, but his wife is here as well. He married her in 2015. They have two boys. And Joe has spent, before SSI, he spent 4 or 5 years in the Michigan House of Representatives working for staffers and on the central staff, and really gained a lot of information and knowledge and understanding of the political arena. And I think it was 2 years ago when we sat down and I said, Joe, what are you going to do with your life? And we were sitting at the new building that we had just bought, and he said, well, I'm working really hard, like 60 hours a week, but my dream is to be doing that in ministry. And I didn't tell him anything about what my plans were, but in the back of my mind I said, dude, you made that the right answer. And so just a few weeks later, he was surprised that I sat down with him and I said, what would you think if? And so we began the conversation, and he became our COO 2 years ago. And I just want to also acknowledge Tim Van Loo, who's over here. He was the COO for 3 years, or I forget how many, and really helped us build on the foundation as well. And I know that we probably wouldn't be here and doing what we're doing if Tim hadn't invested as well. So I'd like to honor Tim as well. Tim, would you stand up? I just want to give honor to whom honor is due. Thank you. Since 2019, basically he's taken over the operations of the whole thing, and then COVID hits. And the whole idea was we're going to take a couple of years and we're going to see what God does, and maybe this is his plan for me and for you, and it's the right time. And first part of this year, we started talking seriously about this moment, and during the spring, he started doing the teaching and running the on-site programs, and by the way, just did an incredible job, great connection with the kids. And then this summer, he assumed all the duties of the teaching that I normally did for the summer as well, and did a great job. So the skill set and the gifting and the leadership capacity that Joe has, I think is just great for us. And I think that he has the heart. He is us. And so we're actually I'm getting to see the exact vision that we started, which was to raise up a new generation of leaders. It's kind of happening right in front of us tonight, It's the most exciting thing in the world, How does that happen? It's just a God thing. That's all I can say. And then finally, I'll just say this, because this is kind of my baby, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that's happened in these last 2 years is that I've really come to trust this man, and I believe that he has the heart and the passion that is needed to make this organization go way beyond anything that I could have ever envisioned. And that's my prayer, and I hope you guys will join your prayers with that and support this guy as he takes the reins. So, as far as me, I'm not retiring. Everybody wants me,
Thank goodness.
yeah. One of my financial advisors says, well, the old guys want to stay on too long and the young guys want to kick them out too soon. But somewhere in the middle of there's a sweet spot, and we're aiming for that.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to remain the CEO for a transition period. I'm going to help raise funds, maybe even help take this out to other states. We're in 4 states now. Maybe God will open up those doors. And I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be a part of it. But it means in the short run, we have to hire a new COO to replace Joe so he doesn't have to do 2 jobs. He's actually been doing 2 jobs most of the year. So he's got a great capacity, but you don't want to wear him out, right? So, and that's a big deal financially for us because it's outside of our budget. So I'll be talking to you more about that later. But our vision to train leaders is coming to pass, and I think there's people in this room that I know that this man has touched, and they're here because of that. And I just want to say, Joe, welcome to the team. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Yeah.